Hello and welcome back to Grapple Theory. Thanks so much again for joining us now today. Our special guest comes to us from outside the realm of in-ring competition in wrestling. She's a interviewer, she's a host of a couple of shows wrestling-wise. She's got her own YouTube channel. She's very big on social media. She's a ring announcer as well, just starting off that career. We may even see her in the ring at some point in the future as well. We'll be talking to her about her love of wrestling, her current career, and her love of practical jokes as well. She loves playing a good prank, so stay tuned for all of that. Joining us today is Jess Hastings. Jess, thanks so much for joining us on the show.
Of course.
So we'll start off for anyone who's listening to this who may not know who you are, but given the fact that most of our following is, Brit wrestlers and stuff, I'm sure they do. But for anyone who doesn't, give us a little bit of background to you and how you got into wrestling.
Oh, right. As in involved in wrestling or watching wrestling?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, in terms of I assume you're like most other people sort of watching it as a child growing up.
Yeah. Since I was 7.
Yeah, so that's sort of the age people start, isn't it? It's about that.
And I was actually working out the other day and I was sitting there going, someone said to me, how long ago was it that you started watching it? And I worked out and I was like, oh my God, that's actually quite a long time ago. I was like, wow, the years have really passed. Oh God.
Was it just WWE you were watching?
Originally, yeah. Then obviously like TNA as well.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like years have gone by. Obviously, it's all kind of opened up a lot more. But yeah, and I was sitting there working it out. I was like, wow, that was actually quite a long time ago, wasn't it? Kind of reminded me how old I actually
am. No. Well, sorry, I get that a lot. I end up reminding people a lot of their age, and it's like I feel really bad about it generally.
I sat there and I'm not even old, but I sat there and thought, oh wow. It's a while.
Yeah, when you think back on it, I mean, again, I'm sort of the age now where I'm like, I was like a kid in like early 2000s or like late 90s. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, that wasn't like 3 years ago. That was like a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. Even when you're talking about leaving school and I'm thinking, wow, that was a while ago. Yeah. Time has flown.
Really does. It really does. It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting.
But yeah, no, so I started watching it when I was 7. I think everyone has like a little break.
Yeah.
Kind of in between. Like when I was trying to be cool, like I was never cool. I'm just gonna put it out there, but I was pretending to be cool.
Sure.
And it was like I was maybe 14 to 16.
Yeah.
I was like, right, I'm gonna have to call it a day for a little bit, just because I want to fit in and be one of the cool kids. Never worked, but then kind of got to the point I was like, why am I bothering?
No, I totally get you. No, I understand that age where all your mates are like, it's fake, it's so uncool, like to watch wrestling, and you're like, okay, I won't. When
they're all like, oh, Jess, want to come and do this or do that, and I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking, I'm missing the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Exactly.
The party over the weekend.
Well, although I've got to wonder what you were doing at like 14 or so, like 14, 15 at Sunday on like at 1 a.m. on a Sunday when the pay-per-views would be on.
Yeah. Oh, it's like on MSN or like Bebo.
Oh, Bebo. Bebo was the one, wasn't it? Yeah, that was life basically. You're like 12, 13.
Oh, I wish it was still about, actually. I wish Bebo was still about. I'd love to see what...
Loads of old things are making a comeback, aren't they? I reckon Bebo could make a comeback and people would flood to it.
I'd be so embarrassed. Even looking at, like, your old Facebook, like, posts from, like I don't know, 2009, and you think, wow!
Yeah, when they pop up and you're like, because I really like that.
And I'm like, oh no, but do you know what I did see the other day? There was this meme and it was like, how brutal was it that we used to do hot or not videos? Oh, remember them?
Oh, well, I mean, I never did one, but I remember watching them a lot.
Brutal. I think to myself, people were horrible. It was like, like a dating app, but for like young people's social media.
Yeah.
Like, so-and-so's hot.
Except it was literally just like the people from your school basically telling you, like, yeah, you're not attractive, that's fine.
That was savage. That was brutal.
Yeah. It's that's a lot of memories coming back.
That's horrible. I saw it and I was like, wow. Yeah. Unless it's like I said, I weren't cool. I weren't one of the cool kids.
I don't think anyone's really that good. Even like the kids you thought were cool at school. Do you know what I mean? You look back and you're like, oh, that's Nah, they were
You
just
weren't actually there.
no, not really.
Or it's just gone completely different for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I see you people. I see you out there.
Exactly, and that's why you should never turn your back on things that you like wrestling or whatever it is, to try and be cool, because you like what you like, and that's cool enough, isn't it?
Exactly, and it's been different. It's different to what a lot of other people. I have more of a hobby, and I like it more, and I get to go and do stuff, and I don't,
Yeah, for sure. So what about in terms of like getting involved in wrestling? Like, when did you become aware of like the indie scene here?
Well, I think when did I start my YouTube? 2, 3 years ago.
I think I looked through preparing questions for this, and I looked through your like content and stuff, and it said I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Do you know what it was? Right, because obviously, like where I'm from, not really many my friends were really into it, and I thought, you know what, like I enjoy talking about wrestling. Let's just make a YouTube and just start talking about it. Because I'm not. My family and friends aren't going to listen to me. They're not going to listen to me ramble on about the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't give a damn. They're like, okay, whatever, get it out. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care what I talk about. So I was like, I'll make this. And then as time kind of went on, and I started obviously on Twitter, like wrestling Twitter, and you start making new friends. More and more stuff happens, and you start doing podcasts, and it just kind of went from there. Kind of like one thing after another.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've done my Twitch, I've done my YouTube. I haven't done YouTube in months, but I think it's because my plan is to do something a bit different, rather than like the normal interviews and things. I've got obviously a lot of plans that I want to do, but I'm trying to not really do all the reviews and stuff. And I've kind of taken a step back from all that. And obviously now I'm focusing on actually being more involved in it.
Yeah.
Obviously been doing the stuff I've been doing recently, which obviously is kind of worked out in my favour. Can't complain too much.
No, for sure. I mean, it seems like you're doing really well. It seems like you're working loads of places.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Obviously I've just started to do the ring announcing. I was a nervous wreck when I started doing that.
I was going to say, do you remember what your first one was? Do you remember your first show?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
That was it?
Right, the Purpose show.
Oh, really? I thought you'd done before that. So Purpose was your first show, ring announcing?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I sort of had it in my head that you'd done other shows before as well.
So I've done like the backstage stuff,
right?
The interviewing, and obviously was doing all the stuff with Powered, and doing obviously all the interviews and things like that. But the ring announcing is all brand new.
Right. Okay. So okay, because that was because I was at the Purpose show as well.
Yeah.
And so what? So how? Yeah. Go on. How did you find it? How did it come about as well?
Do you know what I kind of said a little while ago? I'd always want to do it, and obviously I started. The original plan, obviously, DNA, which is next weekend. My original role there was doing the backstage interviewing.
Yeah.
And what the original ring announcer obviously couldn't do it anymore. And obviously I was speaking to them, and then I was kind of talking to Triumph as well, and Triumph maybe we could try doing the ring announcer, because I've always said I wanted to do it. I'm very chatty, I'm very talkative, I'm loud. I could try and put it off. So I said to Triumph, I was like, right, let's try the ring announcing. And obviously when DNA kind of mentioned it, they was like, why don't we just put you doing ring announcing? And I was like, okay, well, let's go. And then kind of Purpose come along. And obviously David pulled me to the side and went, what are you doing Friday? And I was like, I was actually going to come to the show anyway. And he said, do you want to do the ring announcing? So that was it.
There you go. So you got to go to the show and do that.
Yeah. So no, I was very, very nervous. I think it was, but I am quite good under pressure.
Sure.
If I'm like chucked in the deep end, I'm always better. But obviously it's kind of like opened up to more things now. Obviously I did Triumph on Saturday, got DNA coming up. Obviously got some hosting coming up as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's looking good.
No, yeah, that's really cool. And again, you mentioned like sort of the nerve-wracking feeling, I guess, ahead of it. what was sort of the moment? Was it after sort of, first match coming in, doing that announcement? Is that when the nerves sort of settled? Was that when you were like, okay?
Do you know what? The whole journey to the show, I didn't even talk, and I'm very talkative, and I was silent the whole way. And my friend was going to me, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine." Are you sure? No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I got there and I was just kind of settling it. I think I walked out after the first match. I was like, "No, do you know what? I think I'm going to be okay." And then I just got the confidence.
Yeah.
And obviously when I did did the first show, I thought, oh, do you know what? I can actually do it. Usually, like, I can get quite nervous with a lot of things, but then when I've done it, I'm ready and prepared for the next thing. Basically. Yeah. So I think it went okay, as far as I'm aware.
No, I think it did. No. I mean, like, again, I sort of had it in my head that you'd been doing it longer, and nothing about that show would have said to me that you hadn't. So.
Thank you. I was so worried about getting someone's name wrong. I was so scared. I had my little cards and everything. I was thinking, don't get anyone's name wrong, Jess. Come on, do not mess this up. And I was fine.
Yeah, no,
it was fine.
Yeah, that would be the fear, I think, is to be like, yeah, you make a mistake like that. But I'm sure next shows will be great as well. But with DNA as well and stuff like that, you said, doing the interviews and stuff backstage. How did all that come about? How did you fall into that?
I think it's because obviously I was doing the stuff with Power 4. And obviously I've been to DNA shows anyway. Like obviously I had a few friends like in the scene. I used to go to the shows and kind of support them. And obviously I've been doing the stuff with Powered, and obviously then it kind of connected me to those guys. So I was doing that. And obviously I went to Liverpool and did a bit of Superstar Pro. Did some of the backstage stuff with them. Obviously they're new this year as well. But yeah, I think obviously it's just kind of getting yourself out there and kind of making connections with people, talking to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the way media works generally, isn't it? Any sort of media, the more people the more opportunities you get.
Yeah.
But like with all that, did you have any sort of like media training or anything that sort of made you want to do this as the interviewing or the ring announcing or something, or was it just that love of wrestling?
Do you know what? I've always been. Oh, so that sounded dramatic. I've always been a performer. Like obviously, I took. Obviously, I have like qualifications in filmmaking and in like PR and media anyway.
Right.
And then obviously when I was younger, I used to do a lot of drama and a lot of like choir and everything. So I always had that confidence to do that anyway. And then it just kind of happened.
Just
really.
Sort of, yeah.
And obviously when I'm doing kind of sitting in front of the camera talking about whatever, I've been told quite often I have some big facial expressions. You've probably even noticed if you've ever spoken to me, I have facial expressions and I pull. So I'm very not over the top, but I know I can be like a lot facial wise.
Sure.
In like the nicest way. So yeah, I think, and then I just kind of had a bit of like a character in a way.
Yeah, I was going to say like, is the Jess that's interviewing or ring announcing, is that a slightly different Jess to the sort of Jess you get if you just sort of ran into in the street or something like that?
I would say I don't know though. My friends, I'm very confident anyway. I'm probably weirder in real life, but I'm more chatty doing the wrestling stuff.
Sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. It's like a different sort of chatty.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm chatty and I'm, loud and I talk to anyone. I don't really care. And obviously, then in like outside of life, I just don't really care. I don't care what I do. Like today, like I went into work this morning and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to stick loads of post-it notes all over my best friend's desk. And I just did that. And I had to walk into this morning.
Well, I mean, I guess that's, you didn't go full, like, US office with, I don't know if you've seen that one, with,
no.
He sort of, like, wraps up his desk fully in, like, wrapping paper.
I'd love to. Do Do you know what? I've got a big thing about pranking people as well.
Oh, you've got to do that.
Oh my God, I love making people jump. It's so evil.
That's the most evil of the like pranking stuff.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Like anyone in the office, I think one day they're all going to team up against me and really, really scare me because I will get them.
Yeah.
They could be coming out the toilet and I'm there ready. Yeah. A new guy started less than a month ago and I already made him nearly cry because I loved the job so much.
Wow, amazing.
I can't help it. I just have so much fun with it.
You're just that internal prankster.
I love it. If I could do it all the time, I would.
Have you got a favourite like sort of prank at work or anywhere you pulled off? You're like, yeah, that was a good one.
I did something quite bad when I was leaving my old job.
Go on.
This is quite bad. So when I was younger, this is my first job, right? I used to work at a pet shop, and you know when dogs eat them chicken feet.
Oh yeah.
Right. So my last day, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to get loads of chicken feet, and I'm just going to make a nuisance. So we had in the back bit, we had one of the toilets, we had like a big disabled toilet where everyone pretty much uses that one, and they had like the office. So I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to put all the chicken feet in the toilet. So I stuck I've got like loads of sellotape and stuck it to the ceiling, but like it was hanging down. Like when they dangle like a bit of string in a donut.
Yeah.
I did that, but with chicken feet from the ceiling.
Wow, how long did that take?
It took about half an hour. So we were leaving at 5:30, so I kind of went back at like 5 and did it all.
Right.
And obviously it's in shifts. So obviously next week, coming next day, I haven't got a clue what I've done. So literally I've put all these chicken feet all over the floor, hanging from the ceiling. And the following, obviously that was literally my last day, and there was about 3 or 4 people left with me. And obviously all the new shift was coming in the next day, and then they walked in. Obviously the light is quite far in,
right?
So you have to kind of know where the light is. So you have to walk into the chicken feet before you even touch the light.
Amazing.
So I got this message from these people like fuming.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I was going to say
the worst bit is they're all vegetarian.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh no! Oh, that is bad.
Know. It was evil, but it was so funny.
I was going to say though, I hope you had like another job lined up already, and that you didn't need to go back to them for a reference.
No, I was going to uni.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care. I'll be honest. I really liked working there as well. I loved working there, and I just thought, oh, my last day. They knew I was quite a prankster anyway. I've always have been ever since I was young. I just love it.
Right.
I thought, right, let's just go out with a bang.
But you've not tried anything like it, like sort of like backstage or anything at a wrestling show?
No. I could do it though.
Oh, you definitely should. Like, we need to hear some sort of wrestler stories of how you've got them.
I could do it. I could be so. I don't know what it is, but if people make me jump, I will cry. You can't do it back to me. I'll do it to you. You can't do it to me.
Sure.
That's not very fair.
You can dish it out, but you can't take it in return.
Oh, absolutely. Please don't ever do it to me because I will not cope. But I'll do it to you absolutely fine. Like me and we were saying the other day, obviously Tim Lee. Do you know who Tim Lee is? We're planning around obviously Halloween. We're planning next week to go to one of them scare mazes.
Nice.
And we're going to record it.
Right.
Which is going to be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Because we're both going to be very scared.
Yeah. The reactions, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we're both quite strong characters as well. So us two at a scare maze.
It's a recipe for a good video.
A good video. So that's what we're planning to do next week.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. But I mean, you talk about that. You say you're sort of this big character and quite like chatty and out there and outgoing and things like that. So have you never thought about sort of bringing that into the ring as a wrestler? You never thought about an in-ring career?
See, I have.
Right.
I have. The issue is at the minute, obviously where I live, there aren't many schools.
Right. Okay.
I planned for a while that I will do it. There will be a time where I will.
Awesome.
I've done some training. but I am waiting to do it properly.
Sure. Yeah. If you're going to do it, you've got to go all out and do it well.
Yeah, and it's been in my life for a very long time. Like, there's no point me not even trying it properly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
If it's something that I've always loved, I'm like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah. No, exactly. Have you got a sort of like a ring name or like any sort of like ring gear ideas down of like what you?
See, I've honestly had this plan for years. I have had this plan for years. I know exactly what gear I have.
What? Go on. What would you have?
I would like. Well, see, it depends on my hair colour, because if you've noticed, I've changed my hair quite a lot.
Yeah, no, I have noticed that. Yeah,
like all the time. So it'd have to be something that can go with every single colour, because I'm never going to just stick to one colour.
Sure.
So like, even if it was like a plain black, because I like black, I could put it on, but just maybe snazz it up a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I've got like the design in my head, but the colours I'd need to think about.
Okay. Would you go for a ring name? Would you go for something out there as a ring name, or would you just keep your name?
See, I like my name. I do like my name, and there's not that many people with my name either. So I don't know if I'd want to kind of keep, obviously, where I've had my name, the ring announcer name. I think I'd want to transition that and bring that with me. Sure. This whole thing I've kind of built up, I would want to bring it with me.
Yeah.
It's like a little journey.
Yeah, exactly. The evolution of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be a good way to get into it as well. I mean, we're not trying to fantasy book anything here, but obviously, as ring announcer, there's always the scope, isn't there? If you want to get in the ring to start a storyline, you can get in the ring, be announcing something, and then attack someone, and then
we've seen it been done.
Exactly. So there's no reason why it can't be.
Exactly. we don't know what is going to happen. It could just happen anytime.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime. That's the hint there, isn't it? There's like a little. It could happen anytime.
Anytime. Just not at the minute. Not in the best shape for one. I'm going to be honest. Not really. Not the best shape just yet. I need to change my hair colour again. That's my next plan.
Right. What colour are you thinking?
Do you know what? I'm actually going to go for like a dark ginger.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so we're stepping away from the very, very bright colours for a bit.
Sure, going a bit darker.
Yeah, a bit darker.
Again, evolution of the character,
Exactly. Like a peacock.
Yeah. Love it. So, I mean, with yourself and doing all the wrestling stuff, obviously, that like we've spoken to with wrestlers on the show as well, it shows how much you love it, because you've got that dedication of, like you do, working a 9-to-5 job, being busy throughout the week, and then, essentially taking your weekend, your free time to travel to promotions, to do the work there, because that's what you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
what I kind of like, the thing is with me, I prefer doing that rather than going on a night out.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, I would rather go to some kind of sporting event. Obviously, I've always been a big lover of sports ever since I was little. Like I did, when I was younger, I was so sporty. I did athletics, did dance, gymnastics, cheerleading, everything.
Right, okay. This is all leading to an in-ring career. This is all going the one way.
It's kind of going somewhere.
Yeah.
So I've always been a massive fan of obviously the boxing and everything, and so it's like I would prefer to go just to one of them events rather than going a night out in the town, if I'm honest. I mean
that is, especially like on a Saturday night, like a wrestling show or boxing or whatever, whatever you like, sort of football or anything like that. That is a night out, isn't it? Really, because you're with your mates, you're enjoying an event. And that's all that a night out is. That's all that a good night out needs.
Do you know? I actually go to a lot of the events on my own. Like the fights, I go on my own.
Really?
Yeah. No, because a lot of my friends, they aren't into the things I'm into. Like obviously, I've got friends that do the wrestling that I'll go to like wrestling shows with, but like with the fights and stuff, I always go on my own.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
No, go on. I was going to ask who your favourite fighters are, but go on.
I went to the AJ fight on my own.
Did you? How was that?
Oh, do you know, it was really good. I actually met some really nice people there. And it wasn't the nicest experience walking there, because I was on my own. It was a lot of drunk males.
Yeah.
not the greatest experience on the walk, but when you get in there, it was absolutely amazing. Like things like that, like the atmosphere is just out of this world. It's like, you know, it's like going to a wrestling show, or it's just so different. It's just crazy. And I think things with me, why I like all the fighting and stuff, is there's a hype, you know, there's a big build up, there's these conferences, there's these promos, and then you get like, oh, you know, the entrances, and you've got fireworks. It's just mad. And I don't, if you're not kind of like involved in it, and you do so, and you know, speak to someone, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go to like a wrestling show or something. Oh, that really? And I'm like, yeah, like I was like, oh, I don't know what that'd be like. I'm like, honestly, like you wouldn't believe the atmosphere sometimes at some of these shows. Like you just, it's so different to what, like you know, with the chanting and
for sure,
everyone getting excited, and I don't think people understand.
No, that's the thing, isn't it? You say to someone who like doesn't like wrestling or something like that, like try and encourage them to come to a show, and they think it's going to be like this sort of this gimmicky, like this gimmicky false, you know, how people say like fake event sort of thing.
Yeah, and obviously I brought one of my friends to the Purpose show, and he'd never been to a show before. He'd never been to a wrestling show.
Right. How did he find it?
First time. Pardon?
How did he find it?
He loved it. He absolutely loved it.
That's the thing, isn't it? I think people get into that, don't they? People have their sort of ideas of how these events are going to be, and then you take them and they're like, whoa, okay.
And I think everyone's expecting, no, that's not really for me. And when they get there, like, whoa, like, I think you've got to be very open-minded with it. Like, I would absolutely love to take my mates. I would love to take, I should take them.
Yeah.
I might bring them to like a DNA show or something.
Yeah, drag them along.
Just so they can understand why I do it. Because see, they look at me, they're like, really, all that? Like, I need to take my mum as well. That's one thing I need to do. I need to take my mum.
That's the way, isn't it? You can be like, oh, I'm working, you know, come for support. Come to support me because you're my friends.
My mum doesn't understand wrestling. She doesn't get it. She's like, oh, like, I'd say I'm watching it on the TV. She'd come in and be like, oh, why are you watching that again? I'm like, Mum, just watch it. She's like, I don't understand. I'm like, Mum, one day you will understand.
You'll get it. You'll get her there eventually.
Yeah, I hope so. I think she'd like it, but then she might sit and be like, oh, well, that's a bit too much. I think people should love it.
Yeah, I think people do. I think people get the wrong idea about stuff like that, don't they?
They
really
do. I think you got to be like very open-minded. Like, I'll go, I don't really try anything. I don't really mind. Like, I'll go to pottery class or something and try that.
And that'll be even more of the chance. Somehow you'll get like just piped in chanting for you doing your pottery.
Yeah, you just don't know. That's why I think, I might as well just try something new.
Yeah, sure.
Just something. Well, I love doing things randomly.
Yeah, you're quite open like that.
Things on my own. I love doing things on my own as well. How sad is that?
No, I don't think so. Like when I was like, again, probably until I met my like partner who I'm currently with. So that was about like nearly 5 years ago. But like before that, like I never knew anyone who liked my sort of music. So I'd always go to gigs on my own.
Yeah.
Like I'd never go to gigs with anyone because no one I knew liked the sort of music that I like. And like, yeah, it's sort of weird at first, but like I preferred it because you know you can stand where you want, you can sit where you want.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry like about anything like that.
It's like when I like, because see, I go to a lot of conventions as well. When I like years ago, it was, they used to have a Walking Dead convention.
Oh right.
And so they brought it over to the UK, and everyone was like, "You're gonna go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like it'd be awesome." And I used to volunteer, so I volunteered at that, and I volunteered at Heroes and Villains. I volunteer at like London Film Comic Con and all that. And I have for about how old I am, about 6-7 years.
Right,
I've been doing all that for, maybe longer. Actually.
Nice.
And when I first went to this like Walking Dead convention, I knew absolutely no one. But I thought to myself, these are all going to be people that like the same thing as me. I was like, this would be really cool. So I got there, and after the first year of doing it, I made a whole group of friends. Like completely mixed ages. And, you know, we were all quite different anyway. And, you know, you had some older ladies and you had some younger guys. And it was just such a mix. And then for 5 years running, we'd all go every year and
Nice.
do the volunteering. So we'd see there's like a big room, because obviously we lived all over, like all different places, parts of the world. We used to meet up in London, and like for 5 years straight, we used to like become like a family each year.
Nice. Yeah, you make that group of friends, don't you? Like,
It's crazy, isn't it?
exactly. And it's the same with wrestling, as I'm sure, like, you know, if you say your mates don't like wrestling, it's the same with that, as I'm sure, like, you're aware as well. You know, you go to wrestling and you end up standing next to someone, you talk to someone, and you make friends through that.
Yeah.
It's,
and I think, you know, a lot of people need to do that more often. Like, even when I went to the AJ fight, I was sitting obviously on my own, and a group of lads come over and they said, "You're on your own?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And they said, "Do you want to come sit? You know, do you want to come sit with us?" I was like, "Yeah, all right then, why not?" And I sat with them. I had such a good time.
Yeah.
Such a good time. And they said, anytime you ever go to the boxing or any of the fights and we're going, you're more than welcome to come with us. And I was like,
nice.
"You know what? I'm going to take you up on your offer."
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. I think when you're on your own, you're more inclined to do that, aren't you? Because if you're with someone, you sort of stick to that person because you know that person. But if you're on your own, you're more inclined to sort of spread out a bit more.
Yeah, and kind of talk. And I think the thing is with me kind of going to shows and things as well, like even if I'm on my own, like if I did go with someone, what about if they weren't feeling the vibe as much? What about if they weren't enjoying themselves? And you don't want to be like, "Oh, well, if you're not enjoying yourself, I can't really enjoy myself."
Exactly. Yeah. No, for sure. Well, I mean, yeah, wrestling's great for that, and we'll talk about as well your work with Powered for TV, because you said that's sort of how it started. I mean, like, again, tell us about how that came about and what you enjoy about your work there.
So obviously I've kind of been working with them a year, but obviously because of COVID, kind of a little bit
tricky.
Yeah. But obviously they've been blessed and they've helped me get, you know, with Triumph, they helped me with DNA as well. They kind of helped me get my own little things. And obviously I've been doing like the odd videos with them. They've got me interviews. Obviously I got to go with the WWE live event with them as well. And yeah, kind of just doing here like things everywhere with them, and it's kind of opened the doors a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Obviously we're looking to kind of do some new content as well.
Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, well, we're looking into documentaries.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I obviously did filmmaking at like college and uni, and I loved it, and I absolutely love documentaries. And so we're looking at doing that kind of thing as well. It's obviously just a case at the minute because of COVID, kind of didn't really know where we were going with everything. But I think now we kind of got like an idea.
Yeah.
We're then obviously going to go with it, and obviously I've said to them that I want to, obviously with the plans that I've got, I want to kind of go like face it all, if that, you know, that makes sense. I want to present that and I want to kind of make it into my own thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, they're good to work with, really, really good to work with. Kind of like, you know, obviously I like having my own brand and my own thing. I've obviously always had that with my content, but it is nice to, you know, if I have got stuff I can do with them, then happy days.
Yeah, for sure. And so talk about like documentaries and stuff. So I'll put you on the spot. If you could make if you made a documentary about sort of anyone at the minute who's on the sort of indie scene, either in England or America or wherever, who would it be? Who would be like top of your list?
Do you know what? It'd probably be someone like Dean Allmark.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
With the school, with all the shows that he does, and just everything.
Yeah, that would be cool.
He would be someone I'd definitely like. There's a lot of names, obviously, with me and the guys Powerful have discussed about doing, and there's a lot of different kind of ideas, and I think there's a lot to, as much as I obviously love the interviews, there is a lot that I want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. I want to show what I can kind of do.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you studied that, especially if that's what you're passionate about.
And the thing is, I don't think people actually know that I did all that either.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't think that I kind of know about all this stuff, but I did some weird documentaries when I was at like college and stuff.
Did you? Go on. You've got to tell us about some of those then.
Ghosts. We did a ghost one. Oh, it was brilliant. Do you know what? I'll have to find the show reel one day. Oh, so embarrassing.
You're going to have to. Yeah, we need to see that.
I looked, so bad.
I think we need to see that.
As well, I remember like on my last year of like college, and we did this whole like we're sitting in the group going, what are we going to do a documentary about? What can we do it on?
Mm.
We did I did a documentary on that. I also did a documentary on like endangered species as well. So we actually got to go to the zoo.
Nice.
And like film this whole massive thing at the zoo and like speak to the zookeepers. That was really cool because obviously I love animals. But the ghost one was it was such an experience. We went to I don't know like kind of like where you live and where you're from, but there's this place that's I live near Colchester.
Okay, yeah.
Know where that is?
Yeah, Essex,
so there is this like hotel there that's meant to be haunted, right?
Right.
So we were like, let's go and do this documentary in this haunted hotel.
Nice.
So I'm thinking, there's me thinking I'm a vet building, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking, right, okay. So this whole like video, we went and did like a ghost walk with like this historical guy that knew all this stuff about Colchester. We went and did this overnight stay at this hotel. I loved it because I love things like about ghosts. And we like obviously did it all, and I said to them, I was like, in the end of year show, please do not put this on the big screen, because like, you know, when you do like the film and things, and they take you to the cinema and they show all your work that you've done. Now I'm sitting there going, please don't put up that, because it's literally me presenting.
But they did.
The whole thing. It was the first thing that they brought up, and I'm sitting there with my mum covering my eyes like I'm so embarrassed.
Amazing, incredible, yeah.
I'm gonna have to find that show reel because it was so bad.
I think the wrestling community deserves to see it at this point.
Oh, they would love it. It is so. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube.
Right, we'll have to find it. We'll have to do a deep dive.
I'll have to find it because it's actually like the most embarrassing thing.
Amazing. Yeah, we're gonna have to look into that. We're definitely gonna have to look into that. And that's sort of something that I want to bring up as well, because you talk about your love of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And you I suppose you have on your social media that you're a content creator, because you're quite big on your Instagram and like you say, your Twitch and like YouTube, things like that. So I mean, why sort of are you passionate about all that? And in terms of what you do, I mean, in terms of just as someone who knows video and stuff as well, how long it takes to edit a video or create content, or like judging by your Instagram, it looks like you do like a few photo shoots and stuff as well. Like, how do you find time for it all?
I don't know. It's really hard having that. Obviously, that's why I was at one point I was doing Twitch 3 times a week. Like that, it got a bit too much. Obviously, I've stepped back from that for a minute. The photo shoots I'm not doing as much. I am focusing more on wrestling stuff, but I want to do as much as I can. Like, if I can do it, why am I not doing it? That's how I think. If I've got ideas, I've got so many ideas. It's a nightmare. I've got like a massive like whiteboard, and I have all these ideas of what I want to do, what I want to go with my content, what I want to do with the wrestling. I've got everything planned out, and I am such a perfectionist. Like, I will not do content unless I'm 100% sure it's going to go well.
Yeah.
And I think like everything I do, one, it's a nice confidence boost for me. Obviously, I've got a lot of confidence, but it's a nice confidence boost. I enjoy doing it. And I think when it comes to Twitch, got to the point where I was getting so tired from obviously working that I had to step back because I was exhausted from it. And I want to, if I'm going to do something, I want to put my all into it.
Sure. Yeah.
So like with my content, that's what I want to do. And I enjoy making stuff. I enjoy making videos. That's why, I've got with all these different ideas, rather than just doing interviews, rather than doing just the vlogs, I want to make something really good.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure you will, absolutely.
I hope so.
Sure you will, I'm sure. But obviously we're obviously a sort of like a wrestling podcast, so I've got to ask the obligatory, at the moment, if I'm going to put you on the spot again, who are sort of your favourite wrestlers on the scene at the minute?
In the UK?
Let's say, let's do sort of like, let's do like a major promotions, like a WWE, AEW, give me like a top 3, and then a top 3 like indie wrestling, Brit Rest sort of stuff.
Okay. WWE then, we do Bianca Belair.
Nice, yeah.
Queen. Damian Priest.
Yeah, so underrated.
Oh my God, I absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. And there's a few. Who would I say I really, really like at the minute? That's tough. Big E.
Oh yeah, gotta love Big E.
100%.
Yeah.
100% Big E.
Absolute legend.
AEW. Trying to think of an AEW. There's a lot of people going on AEW at the minute.
AEW, I think AEW is the show at the minute. I prefer it to WWE.
I think my issue is I've always been so loyal to WWE. That is kind of my thing.
Sure.
But the talent in AEW is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Obviously, you know, obviously Ruby going there. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was huge.
Do you know what? I've always had, like, always been a big fan of Britt Baker.
I love Britt Baker. Britt Baker is great.
Legend. Like, she carried that women's division. And personally, I don't feel they've built it enough.
No, you're right.
Even, you know, Chris Statlander as well. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, their women's division is so strong but so underutilized.
Yeah, 100%. And that's I think that was kind of why I was a little bit like skeptical at some point. I thought, well, you've got some great people over there. You need to use them.
Yeah.
Who else in AEW at the minute?
I think there's too many AEW at the minute, isn't there? There's like, you can name basically everyone in AEW.
There's so many.
Yeah. And the thing I love about Britt as well, like you say, is the fact that, like, she clearly doesn't need a day job, but she still has her dentist day job.
That's the coolest thing. Like, she doesn't need a day job, but yet that's not an easy job.
Yeah, exactly. That's like a tough job. That's a hard grind of a day.
Yeah, the shifts are ridiculous. I'm sure Ripley gets a bit short shift because, you know, who she is, but the fact that she still does that, like, I have so much respect for her. So much respect.
I mean, can you imagine, like, watching that show, like, seeing her, like, kick the crap out of someone and then walking into your dentist the next day and she's there, like, hi.
Or, like, you're sitting at the dentist and it comes on, like, the TV or something.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that you? Isn't that you on the screen?
Yeah, that's got to be crazy. That's got to be crazy. Yeah, she is great.
They've got so many good people in AEW at the minute. I couldn't even name another one.
No.
Because there's so many.
But again, you know, hate to put you on the spot, but like, yeah, Brit Rest, because the Brit Rest is very much the same. There's so many talented guys and girls out there at the minute.
Brit Rest. There's obviously I go to Rev Pro quite often. There's so many good people at the minute. Lizzie Evo.
Yeah, Lizzie's killing it at the minute.
Love her, and she's nice, and she's just talented as hell. Robbie X.
Yes.
Is one of my favourite people ever. He knows it. I tell him all the time how much I adore him. There's so many. This is the thing. There's so many just absolutely killing it in a minute.
Yeah, there are.
Even like, you know, with the whole Will and Aussie Open, how well they're doing. The girls are just absolutely like killing it. Like they're taking over quite a lot at the minute.
The women in again, almost like in AEW, that division, the women of Brit Rest are like, for me, I think that's like, I think that's like the toughest division around at the minute. Like if you would take men's divisions, women's divisions, whatever, you know, intergender, AEW, WWE, if you took the women in Brit Rest at the minute, like as one division, I'd find it hard to top that sort of level of talent.
They're just getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Like they really are just absolutely killing it. And it's so good to see as well. So good to see. And people behind them. Yeah. And they, you know, not only are they the stars, but they're good in the ring. And you just think, wow, like it's so different now. Like, you know, as when I was younger, like women weren't like that.
No.
Women aren't like them, you know. You see all this stuff now and you think, wow, like it's so cool.
Yeah, and there's so many people forget, especially people that, you know, keep to sort of like the big shows, the WWEs, AEWs. Like people seem to forget that, you know, as WWE called it, that whole women's revolution, like, you know, that started on the indies. Like it was the indie promotions giving female wrestlers that chance long before the TV promotions were.
Yeah, I think people need to, like, obviously, you know, guys in America and the rest of the world need to watch out for the Brit Rest people. Because I say this to anybody, the talent over here is unreal.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I was at Triumph on Saturday, and the match between Ashley Dunn and Callum Newman. Oh my god!
Two great wrestlers.
That was like it wasn't, you know, the biggest crowd. It was unreal, that match.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal. And I'm just thinking, It's shows like that deserve to be seen, and there are wrestlers at the minute that deserve to be seen.
For sure. And like leading into that, like let's say ring announcing again for yourself. Is there like one wrestler standout who you'd love to be like essentially ring announcing for? You know, like standing there in the ring as they make their entrance and getting to like shout their name out to the crowd.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone like Cara Noir.
Atmospheric, like really get that feel. Yeah. He's got a great entrance.
Absolutely. Someone like that, or maybe like Giselle Shaw.
Yeah, someone again like I guess like Lizzie Evo as well, who sort of like come out of lockdown and just started dominating everything.
Just absolutely, but they all did. The girls, and we were like, whoa, like that's it. They're here. Like the girls are here, and like just up north at the minute, the female talent. Wow,
oh, for sure. Yeah. You look at all the, you got the big promotions like TNT and stuff, but then you got all these new ones popping up as well, like Catch and Spirit and everything like that. And
Catch is killing it at the minute. Oh wow, like really, really good.
I was curious about them because obviously they had their first show, didn't they? Right before lockdown, and I was thinking like, how are they going to come back after a year only having that one show? But they've come back so strong.
I think people have missed it so much, and they've come back with this passion.
Yeah.
And they want to change everything. And Catch has just kind of come back, and they're like, well, like they've stepped up the game. I think the whole of Brit Wrestling has stepped up their game. For sure. The last few months, but they're banging out so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no, Jess, I'm so grateful to have you on for the show. We're just gonna end with a little segment. We do it every week, but it's called Anatomy of a Pro Wrestler. But we're gonna put it onto you as well. And so this is essentially, it's just like a shoot. I'll ask you the questions. You let me know what the answers are. So first one is like your favorite pre-show meal.
Ooh. Pre-show meal.
Yeah, like say if you're going to a show either to watch or to work, what do you have before you go in?
Ooh. Depends where I am. If it's just like if it's a really quick thing, it's gonna have to be like a meal deal.
Right. Yeah. Classic.
Like a chicken and bacon wrap kind of thing.
Nice.
If I have time, I will go to Weatherspoon.
Oh, Weatherspoon sort of person, eh?
I love Weatherspoon. Oh, their breakfast.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Their breakfast are grand. But then I'll have a Nando's.
Nando's is great.
Nando's is definitely great.
Well, I mean, following on from that, the next one is your favourite post-show pig out. So that could be Nando's as well, depending on what time the show finishes.
Yeah, or a Chinese.
Yes, love a good Chinese.
Oh, I love a Chinese.
What'd you get?
Oh, depends. So I can either have like crispy shredded beef, I can have like lemon chicken. I love seaweed.
Nice. Yeah, the seaweed is great, yeah.
Oh my God, I love seaweed. Like satay chicken. Depends how hungry I am. Because I usually go all out.
Yeah. But that's the thing, isn't it? Is that if you go all out and you've got leftovers for the next day, that's never a bad thing.
Yeah, I try not to do that. I try and eat it all, but
no.
There are some times.
Chinese for breakfast is better than Chinese for dinner in my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I'm the same with pizza. Like, I think cold pizza is better than hot pizza.
Do you not warm it up?
Well, okay, so it depends. Again, if it's like a supermarket one, obviously I'm going to have it warm. But like Domino's or something, I think Domino's like room temperature from the night before for breakfast is better than the Domino's hot as it arrives.
Do you know what? I'm not actually the biggest Domino's fan anymore.
No?
I like Papa John's.
Oh, everyone says that now. I never got into Papa John's. I can't do Papa John's.
I love them. It's the cheesy part. Like, they do it just the right amount. It's not too greasy.
I think I don't like the dip. I think because they do like the buttery one, don't they? I don't like that.
They do. Oh, I like it.
No, I can't do that. I
don't blame you. Some people are not on that hype, and I get it. I understand.
Right. The next question is the song that gets me the most hyped.
So I could go with I'll go with two songs really. So well, I say no Sean Paul Temperature. That is my jam.
Okay. Right.
It's the only one. Or no, anything by the Prodigy. Like anything.
Prodigy are good. Yeah. That's going to get you hyped.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
One of them too.
Nice choice. Well, leading on from that, the next one is your favourite band.
See, I'm not the biggest band person.
No?
But, no. You've been surprised, but do you know what I don't know.
It doesn't have to be like band, it can be like individual artist or something like that.
I don't really have... I have quite a few favourites. It depends on my mood as well.
Yeah, always, for sure.
But it can really like be very different. Don't know.
It's a tricky one. I appreciate that I'm putting you on the spot.
No, it's fine. I like it. See, I because I love such a mixture of music. It can go from like rap, or it can go to like Latino music.
Okay.
It's completely different. Very varied.
Okay, yeah, that's good though. It's good to have a nice variation of music. For sure. Well, like leading on from that, the next one is, it could be similar for movies, but the next one is the movie I chose, The Locker Room. And I think now it's got to be your ghost documentary.
No. I have top 5 movies ever.
Go on.
So it's a very random mix.
Okay, we're not going like 1 to 5 or 5 to 1 here. This is just like a broad 5.
This is broad 5.
Right.
Okay. Jurassic Park.
Cracking, yeah.
Shaun the Dead.
Nice, yeah.
White Chicks.
White Chicks is hilarious.
Is in there. It's one of my favourites ever. Panic Room.
That's the odd one out from the ones so far you've mentioned, I think.
Panic Room is amazing. And Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah. Little Pixar classic there.
Oh, absolutely.
No. I think, well, that's a decent 5. In terms of like Shaun of the Dead, I think Hot Fuzz is better. I prefer Hot Fuzz. If we're going like,
I actually had an argument with someone in my office about this yesterday.
What's better out of Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead?
Yep, I fully had an argument with someone about this in the office. Their thing was because their families have been like in the police force.
Right. Okay.
They related more to it.
That's a bit of bias, though, isn't it? There.
Yeah. But see, I'm a big zombie fan.
Sure.
I love zombies.
Okay.
So that's obviously why Shaun the Dead's my kind of go-to.
Yeah, sure. I think all 3 of them are good though. Like all 3 of the, I guess I think they call them the Cornetto trilogy, but like, I think it's because they all sneak a Cornetto in there somewhere. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and what's the third one? The World's End. I don't know if you've seen that.
I didn't like World's End.
I think it's definitely the weakest of the 3.
Yeah, but then obviously you got Paul as well.
I don't know if that counts as part of it. I don't know if that's part of it. But it's still, Paul is a good film.
To World's End.
Yeah. No,
something about it I just didn't like.
No, I think World's End, it looked like they sort of run out of ideas or something, didn't it? The next question is my favourite way to relax.
Probably gaming, really.
Nice. What do you play?
It completely depends on my mood. Like if I have a lot of time, I'll play like Spider-Man.
Nice.
Or like GTA. But if it's like I'm in a quick go mood, then it'd be like a Fortnite game.
Cool.
Maybe like
yeah.
Warzone.
Nice.
I was playing. No, I actually downloaded. Like PlayStation Plus, they do like these free games. I downloaded something called Zombie Army.
I see. I've not heard of that.
Oh, do you know it's actually really good?
Really?
Really good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the free games are not normally great, but if that's all right.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. And I went through the stage and I was playing Minecraft all the time. All the time.
No, I never got into Minecraft. I can never do that.
See, I never did. And then this one night, one of my friends was like, "Why are we playing?" And I was like, "Really?" yeah, play it. 5 o'clock in the morning comes around, we're still playing Minecraft.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. That is impressive. 5 we did. How bad is that? That is, yeah, that's bad.
We got a house and everything. It's great.
Lovely stuff. Next one is, well, you already mentioned the next one. It's my first job.
Yeah.
Pet store.
A pet shop. 2 years.
How long?
love
Sorry,
it.
how long were you there before the chicken foot
2 years.
incident?
2 years I was
2
there.
years. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And you loved it so much that you hung chicken feet everywhere. Brilliant.
No, do you know, if it wasn't for uni, I wouldn't have left for a long time. I loved it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, working with pets is good. Like, was it sort of pet shop where there were actually pets there? Or...
Yeah.
Nice. That's always
I
better.
worked at a Pets at Home.
Yeah. I hate when I go into like a Pets at Home or something like that and they don't have the pets there.
Yeah, and the pets have got to, like, you know, when they're like, people, oh yeah, there's a pet shop around the corner. Oh yeah, let's go, and I get so excited to get there. Like, oh, it's just hey.
Yeah, it's boring.
Oh.
You need the pets there. That's how you draw people in.
I like. Do you know what? There's this reptile shop near me.
Nice.
And it's honestly the coolest place. They like a couple of years ago, they had obviously they got quite a lot of exotic pets there, and a few years ago they had meerkats, they had skunks.
Nice.
They had the weirdest collection of animals. It was so cool.
Yeah. Because you can't see that stuff in a pet shop normally.
No, it was really weird. And then obviously, like, it had the top bit where they had these unusual ones. You went down the bottom and saw all the reptiles. Because I love chameleons. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, nice.
And yeah, they're so cool. And I nearly brought one to be fair, but I didn't. I was like, good, don't do it. But there's such cool pets in there.
Yeah, that is.
I actually should go. I might actually go at the weekend.
Nice.
In a while.
Well, I'm glad I gave you that inspiration.
Thank you very much. Thanks for reminding me.
The next question is your greatest fear.
Aliens.
Really?
Oh my god, don't.
What, like invading or like?
Alien films. No.
Really? That's what gets you.
It's E.T. is. I'm sorry, but he's a creepy.
Oh no. Okay, right. Yeah, E.T.'s like, it's not like scary, but he is like a creepy looking dude. And
you know the film Signs?
No, I don't know that one.
Right. Well, that's the one with Mel Gibson.
Okay. And Mel Gibson is just horrifying anyway. Right.
And then he's in this film called Signs, and they're at this like children's birthday party. And this alien runs past and stops right in front of the camera. Oh my god,
that is weird. Yeah.
And I'm not really scared of much, right? I'm not scared of much. Ants, I don't like ants either. Ants freak me out. But,
really?
Yeah, ants are weird. But aliens, no.
Aliens and ants.
Aliens and ants, yeah.
What about alien ants?
Then I would be hibernating. Yeah. And I wouldn't come out.
Amazing. The next one is my favourite wrestling match ever.
See, this is the hardest question because there's so many.
Always is the hardest.
I don't know because there's so many I like.
Well, let's put it.
Do you know one I always remember, which is a bit like when I was younger, it was the Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, the "I Love You." And
yeah.
That was heartbreaking.
That's a great match and a great way to end it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was was it Survivor Series? Yeah, one of the Survivor Series. It was that was a banger. I can't remember what year that was.
Which one was it?
I can't remember what year it was.
Who was in it?
I think it was Batista.
Batista.
I think Cena was in it. My boy.
Cena's always in it.
John Cena is just the love of my life.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah. If you ever watch or listen to any of my stuff, you will realise how much I talk about John Cena.
Go on then. Let's pen a little like love letter here then. Why John Cena? What is it about John Cena?
If it wasn't for John Cena, I probably wouldn't watch wrestling. Like originally when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, and I think as I've just grown up, I just absolutely love him. Just love him as a person. Just think he's great.
Does he follow you on Twitter? Because he follows a few fans, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah.
Oh,
he does.
That's big. That must have been a good moment for you. That must have been.
It was great. I think I don't really fangirl, but I think if I ever met him, I would probably pass out.
Well, we got to get this to happen. I mean, John Cena, on the off chance that you listen to this,
if ever, just once. my Alexa's going off. Just once, just meeting him, I'd either pass out or I'd have a nervous breakdown. I'm not sure.
And then he'd reveal that he's an alien, and you'd be so conflicted.
I don't know what I'd do. It might get over my fear though. You don't know.
Oh, to be fair, yeah, you might love him so much that it conquers your fear of aliens.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have a pillow of him and everything.
Wow.
And I also, my best mate brought me a cup for my birthday, and it says single, taken, and mentally married to John Cena. And there's a picture of him on it.
Amazing. And that's just going to be with you for life.
It will be.
Brilliant. Only 2 more questions. The next one is my favourite place in the world.
Oh. Favourite place in the world? What about somewhere I'd like to visit?
Well, that's the one after.
Oh, okay. We'll go for this one.
So the last.
I love Greece.
Mm.
Actually, love Greece, but I also love Rome.
Yeah, Rome is pretty. When
I went to Rome, I didn't want to actually return, and I actually sat at the airport and cried.
Oh, how old were you then?
This was a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
This wasn't like when I was little.
Oh, okay.
This was literally about 3-4 years ago.
Right, okay.
I loved it. Like, I got there and I was like, wow, like, this is really cool. And then we found like a big like shopping centre, and it had a pet shop and had all these really cool shops, and then like it was just an amazing place, and then the weather was nice and there's so much to see. The food was good, and I thought I could live here.
Nice.
And
yeah.
I want to go home. I was going to my mate. I was like, I don't want to leave. I really don't want to go home. And I was like, we've got to go home. I really don't want to. I want to stay.
Have you been back since then?
No.
Oh, you need to go back and get it out of your system.
But if I go, I might not come back.
Yeah, that's the danger.
That is a scary thing.
Go on then. What about your dream holiday destination? Because that's the last one.
Do you know what? Right, I've always wanted to do like traveling around South America.
Nice.
I love Peru and Chile. Like this is really weird, but my screensaver at work, okay, it went through a stage where it changes, like different pretty pictures, and there was like all these different waterfalls and these really nice places, and I used to like it says like what you see, and then you like click on it, it shows where it is. So I started making a list of all these different places, and I was looking at it, I was like, we're in South America. I want to go there. But it's just, it's beautiful. Like, obviously, don't get me wrong, I love the US and I'd love to go to the US. But something about like Peru, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, I'd love to go to Brazil Carnival.
Yeah. Well, it's just different, isn't it? Like, America is, it's not just like England, but like, it's similar enough, that culture. Whereas South America, you're going to get something completely different.
And it's just beautiful. Like, it's just so different. Honestly, I've been planning to go there. I will go there at one point.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. And then you won't come back.
I couldn't live there. I don't think.
Not like Rome.
Not like Rome.
But you'd like to go. Nice.
I'd love.
But no, Jess, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to chat to us here at Grapple Theory. And yeah, it's been lovely chatting to you and getting to know you and learning about your love for wrestling.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. And we'll put this out. It'll be out from when we're recording. It'll be out in a couple of weeks. But I'll be sure to drop you a line and let you know. But we always end things with literally just a bit of promo time for yourself in terms of where you're going to be in the next few weeks or next couple of months, or where people can catch you on Powered and stuff like that. Where can people go to check you out? Instagram, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. Bit of self-promotion.
What am I doing? So I've got ring announcing coming up next week. I am hosting the AEW Full Gear Hooked on Wrestling party in Shoreditch in November. I think I've got some more ring announcing coming up as well. December. I'll obviously be starting my YouTube back up again with all my new content that I've got planned, which I'll be filming next week and at the DNA show. What else am I doing? doing? Yeah, I'm just seeing kind of what's going on, what's kind of happening. Hopefully, I start getting a bit busy with my ringing out thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.